What's up, guys? This is a 2026 Ram 3500 and I have Ezra. Ezra's a Ram fanboy and he says I should trade it in the GMC and just go ahead and go all the way. And what do you guys think? I mean, ceramic gray, it hits 100%. What do you think, man? Ready for a real truck? I like that. Cool. Well, come on out here so we can introduce you, dude. All right, so as I said, this is Ezra. He's actually one of the salespeople here at King Garff Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. And he saw me pull up in my GMC today. He says, bro, like, why are you driving a GMC? You got to get you a real truck. So that's why we're doing this video. So this is a 20. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. Well, I have some Ram fanboys just like you, so for sure. Now let's go ahead and see how much this truck is really quickly, because this is a nice spec here. This is a Laramie, has a night edition package, long bed dually, and you can get this in a short bed too, which is nice. I like that. And this one right here, I'll show you guys the window sticker. It's $92,710. So man, that's a lot of money, dude. Like, what are we gonna do about that?
Well, it doesn't. Let me check the online price.
Okay.
Because we usually can do better than that.
All right.
This one's about $5,600 off.
Okay.
So
56. So you can get it just under 9. So where's the other $5 grand that I need?
You gotta be a first responder, military.
Heck yeah.
Find it somewhere.
Oh yeah, we can find it for sure. So I will admit to you, I definitely do like the Ram trucks for sure. One of my favorite things about this truck is the fact that you can get night edition on a dually. And it's like the only one that actually does a complete blackout for dually. GM doesn't offer anything like that.
Okay.
And Ford, they did last year, but they didn't do a complete blackout. They left the aluminum wheels, things like that.
Okay.
So Ram actually went the whole way on the front end of this truck, and you get the Sport Performance hood.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pop the hood really quickly.
Sure.
All right, so we're looking at the inline 6 Cummins. What's the horsepower in this thing?
This is 430 horsepower.
Okay. And how much torque?
1,075 pound-feet of torque.
Sheesh. Okay, so 430 horsepower. Now I do know my GM does have 470, right?
Okay.
But it's not an inline 6, so you have lesser moving parts. So I get that. You talked about that a little bit earlier today. And one thing I like about this Cummins is what's behind it. So GM has been having some issues with their 10 speeds, the 10L 1000s. And you guys decided to open up a can of whoop at. I can't say it on camera. You guys opened up a can of you know what. And unfortunately, you guys now have an 8-speed, which now delivers better unloaded driving. So the Eisen that this replaced was, I actually owned one, 6-speed. It was really, really harsh unloaded. So if you weren't towing a trailer, it was hard to live with day to day. So they did actually fix that issue with this Cummins. Now, serviceability is better too, because now they have the oil filter right here. Okay. And then this also has the dual fuel filters down below right there. So serviceability is a little bit easier. And one thing I like about the Cummins too is they got rid of what was called a grid heater. So the grid heater sat right here. Now it has glow plugs. You probably heard about that. And so now that's something else that they fixed. I think that there's a little bit more hesitation because of the torque management with the Eisen. But also, when you have that restriction in the, I call it boost tubes, that also was something that Ram fixed. So now they have a performance intake manifold with this as well. So all in all, I will say, this is definitely a step in the right direction for Ram. Last thing to point out too is cast iron block. So they went away from the CGI. So I think they built in more reliability with this Ram Cummins. So I gotta make one negative point out here. The cab of this truck is smaller than mine.
Okay.
So
you can get it with the mega cab.
that is true. You
lose the long bed, but you get
that's okay. I don't need a long bed anyway. So man, that's good right there. Let's go ahead and start it up. So this does have the 12-inch display here. There is a 14.5 available. Dual chargers. Now put it in reverse real quickly. There's your backup camera. And
cargo too.
Oh yeah, and they have the car. Oh nice. So then they have the cargo. And Ram has some pretty good cameras too, I would say overall.
Yeah, I feel like they're a lot more clear than other manufacturers.
Yes.
I've seen. I always
Ford.
compliment my customers with that.
Yeah, you guys see that Ford badge over there? Ford has probably the grainiest cameras, even in 2026 for whatever reason. Dual climate controls there, and I like the auxiliary switch placement here. Now this truck does have the air suspension. Let me just quickly go out back. I want to show you guys. You guys know Ram has some of the coolest options on these trucks. So airbags out back. So if you do tow heavy or carry heavy payload in the bed, that will actually level out the truck. So you don't have to worry about squatting. You don't have to worry about getting bags in the future. And what's nice is, thank you. And what's nice about these bags is they're covered under your factory warranty. So if you get a extended warranty, then that would be covered under that as well. So you guys see some of the plugs, 400 watts of power, have the bed lights right here, and fifth wheel prep package. I mean, I don't have a fifth wheel anymore, but you know, having a big trailer like this might kind of push me to want to get another one, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you this real quickly. This is something that's really cool about Ram trucks, guys. So right here, this sensor protects the bedside here. And it's the only truck, dually truck that is, that actually has a sensor for the dually bed. So that's pretty cool.
I didn't even know that.
No, you're good. I only know that because I watched the Presleys 6 years ago. You probably were still in high school 6 years ago.
Not quite, but
Yeah. Well, almost. Well, you're a young guy though. You are 100%. Let's go ahead and take this for a quick drive because I want to see how the long bed does with these airbags out back.
okay.
Cool. Love these wheels, by the way. All right. We got some fuel. And this is a really nice build.
You need to hold it or?
No, I got it.
You're like my wife. She thinks that I'm bad at making videos and photography. Anytime anyone asks us to take a picture, it's got to be her. She's not gonna let me.
That's all good. My wife, she always says, hold the camera high. You're holding it too low. You make me look fat. I'm like, you're not fat though.
It's the neck thing.
It's the neck.
They don't want to look down. They don't want to have wrinkles in their neck.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So do you notice that right there? Like when we just took off just now, there's no more hesitation.
Yeah, it's a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. And then the power delivery is so much better. I will say, if Ram does update their cabs, this would be a really tough truck to beat. For some people, the cabs are a little smaller, but if you can overlook that, like my kids are getting older, so for me, I like the idea of having them a little bit more space back there because I don't want to have to scoop my chair up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this truck, even with the, you know, higher tire pressure that you have to have for the dualies, this truck rides so smooth.
Yeah, it's like a Pacifica.
Yeah, seriously. It really is. The brake feel, they have the best brake feel. And
quiet. I mean, they've gotten really quiet.
Yes.
Compared to the older models, that's like the #1 thing people that get into the new Cummins notice.
yeah. Yeah, well see, 2018 and earlier Cummins had flat tappet and they were a little bit louder. But these have the roller lifters. Oh my goodness, man. Jeez. This truck is so quick. It's not the fastest, but for what it is and what it does, the inline six, I mean, how big are the pistons in this truck compared to the V8s?
They're quite a bit bigger. Right?
Yep.
Like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely bigger compared to the V8s, and I will say because of the stroke of the engine, that's why I think personally this truck tows the best too. So you want to hit this button right here, that exhaust brake.
Awesome. So tell me what the difference is between the full exhaust brake and the automatic.
So full exhaust, when you are driving and you take your foot off the gas, the exhaust brake's going to come on automatically. That should be called automatically, but it's going to give you the full exhaust brake anytime you lift off the accelerator pedal. Now if you put it in automatic works with the brakes. So I always say like this, if you want to not get worse fuel economy, because anytime you take your foot off in full exhaust brake, it's going to slow you down.
Okay.
And so if you want to like let's just say you're coasting like right now, like if you're coasting, you don't want the exhaust brake to come on. So if I tap it right now, you feel it?
Yeah,
I'm just tapping the brakes and it's
you can kind of hear it too.
Exactly, you can hear it. So for some people, the automatic exhaust brake is better for if you're just coasting, but if you're like in stop and go traffic you want full exhaust brake. That way, anytime you lift off the accelerator, it's gonna start slowing you down again. So, yeah. And of course, if you just maintain like maybe 10% throttle, it won't come on. But yeah, they do have the best exhaust brake. So yeah, overall,
that's from what I've been told from management and other senior salesmen. The Ram, like their kind of claim to fame is their towing and their towing abilities. So if you're wanting to tow a lot, this is the truck.
Absolutely. Well, there's a reason why a lot of hotshot guys, you know, who tow cross country pick Ram trucks, because it's not that they're cheaper. Some people might say, well, they're, you know, using it more because it's a cheaper truck to get into, and that's not true. I think it's simply because, like you said, like these trucks have everything that you could ever want, like, and some. Like, you can't get air suspension from the factory from the other two, and having the inline six design, you do have less moving parts. So overall, I think the Cummins is truly the best towing pickup truck. It's not going to get you there the fastest, but it will maintain speed, and it will slow you down a lot better than the competition will. So that's probably the biggest advantage. Is
it's built for work.
Exactly.
It's good enough for John Dutton. It's good enough for me. For all you Yellowstone fans.
Yes, sir. So here are the numbers on the door. The front gross axle weight rating is going to be 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,750 pounds. Gross vehicle rating is 14,000 pounds, and these wheels are 17 by 6 wide. Now, all-in payload capacity for this truck is 5,163 pounds. You guys see the tire pressure is 80 out front, 65 for the 4 out back. Now, you have a paper in your hand. What's the number on that paper?
So 4342, 4,342.
Okay.
For the
bed camper?
Bed camper.
Yep.
Here.
Nice. So if you are thinking about using this truck for a bed camper, Ram already gives this paper to you inside the truck, and they show you how you have to set it up. And yeah, they're showing 4,342 pounds of capacity. That's pretty dang good. And so you still have a little bit extra, obviously, with this truck having 5,100 pounds plus. So, dude, I mean, hey, listen, thank you so much for taking the time with me to do this, dude. If someone does want to reach out to you, can they text you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
801-349-6800.
And
my phone number.
And I will say, I mean, you guys have, I mean, they go all the way back to that end of there. I can't even show it to you. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, you see those lights here? The trucks everywhere. So if you would like to check out their inventory, be sure to ask for Ezra. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.